Evening, guys. Mecha-san here, and we got the return of Death Battle here with a matchup that really hit me close here, cause it's Ichigo versus Yusuke. Ichigo Kurosaki versus Yusuke Urameshi. Bleach and Yu Yu Hakusho, and yeah, Yu Yu Hakusho. Damn, it's like if I was to compare the two, best to compare the two here is Yu Yu Hakusho walked for so that Bleach can run. Cause wow, yeah, Yu Yu Hakusho is one of those on like Toonami here in the 90s or 2000s here, along with Rurouni Kenshin, Cowboy Bebop, and all of those shows here that I watched religiously. Every time it came on here, I even bought the DVDs. This was I was during the little hiatus of Yu Yu Hakusho on Toonami. They were already releasing the DVDs for the Dark Tournament arc, and I bought those here and moved on from there. And yeah, it's amazing seeing how much they cut out, like how much censorship they did, even in the English dub of both like DVD release and on Toonami. But yeah, that English dub was great of Yu Yu Hakusho. I saw the entire thing up to the very end. And this is back when DVDs people only had like 3 to 4 episodes total. On rare occasions, 5. And I bought them. I bought them here. It's like they cost $40 each at the time. Let me complain about Blu-rays now with the prices of those prices. Get full seasons and stuff like that. But yeah, I've seen the full ending here, including the demon tournament arc here, the whole thing with Yusuke's great grandfather being like big demon here because he was a descendant of the Mazaku. I don't remember the whole like the previous spirit detective before Yusuke, and just the ending there where he reunites with his girlfriend. Good times, man. I getting nostalgic here. So, my God. And as for Bleach, I dropped off. I think episode 89. I'm pretty yeah. I saw all of the Bounto arc. Then there was a whole. I never finished the Arrancar arc at all. It just dropped. Did I finish? I think I don't remember. I only don't remember here. It's like I just got tired of Bleach and never saw it again. So yeah, this is gonna be an interesting battle here. Who's gonna win? I don't know here. I mean, the spirit gun, shotgun, and then his demon gun as well. You can mix it up into his mixed heritage. And the sword was Zangetsu. I mean, I remember when Yusuke learned that Toguro was he thought like Toguro was the toughest, strongest demon around, only to learn that no, he's just an upper B rank. Toguro was a B class? Oh wow. Apologies for that, people. Something seems to be wrong here. Okay, you guys aren't seeing this in the capture here, but my Menu bar is 4 in the video. When did that happen? What the heck? Why the taskbar forward? Okay, that's gonna be probably nothing here, but it is weird. Sorry. That's just a weird thing I'm currently going through right now, which I have no idea why it's happening. Moving on, just see the death battle. No, I'm not sure who, so I'm gonna watch the analysis, catch up on everything
Ichigo
here, and
Kurosaki
then make my votes.
Yusuke
Urameshi.
The substitute Shinigami of Bleach versus the spirit detective of Yu Yu Hakusho.
Alright, this is the first death battle of the year, and the pixel animation could be better.
He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to
Find out who would win our death battle. Although if I gotta do my whole "it's time for a death battle," I got nostalgic. If I gotta do that, I'm sorry. It's just in my mind because I got so nostalgic for Yu Yu Hakusho. My God, I mean, remember the theme song. Da, 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 when they, I can barely remember. I gotta listen up because that's a pretty good English theme song.
Tell me, Boomstick, what happens when we die?
Endless nothingness? Jeez, man, I don't know. We just started.
Our souls are ferried by Shinigami, gods of death, in an eternal cycle of death and rebirth.
That was my second guess.
And when a soul goes astray, warped by evil and regret, it's a Shinigami's job to purify such violent hollows and send them off to the realm of the dead, the Soul Society.
Works great, till it doesn't. Enter Ichigo Kurosaki, whose tragic anime backstory came way too early when his mom was killed by a hollow. Reason number 1 why you should never want your kid to be the anime protagonist.
Left with his grief, young Ichigo was crushed under the weight.
So he's 29.
So he lashed out the only way he knew how, beating people up.
But this wound began to heal when he
There's
found
a lot of
his
theme
calling
song,
upon meeting a Shinigami named Rukia. To stop a powerful hollow, she gave Ichigo her powers, rousing unseen potential within.
Boom!
Just because he was of his mixed heritage.
A Shinigami.
Substitute Shinigami.
I mean, he was a Shinigami, part Quincy.
His body for an invisible one made of spiritual matter called Reishi. He can wield vast amounts of spiritual energy, called Ryoku, and exert it offensively in the form of spiritual pressure, or Reiatsu.
Okay, that's a lot of big words, but all it really means is he's a super-powered ghost with an epic sword.
Pretty much.
His spirit aura is so strong, he can stun-lock foes, crushing them under his own power, even fatally.
Crush, yep, we've seen that several times.
And around him, hardening his skin for defense and leaping off of invisible footholds in the air. Paired with speed-boosting skills like Shunpo,
Quincy don't get you.
Say goodbye to the kid
who beat
up bullies for their lunch money, and hello to the town's new superhero with fellow Ghostbusters, Orihime, Chad, and Uryu. Plus Rukia, it was the Shinigami's job to tear hollows a new hole.
While balancing responsibilities at school, of course. GPA comes first, and maybe a round or two of Tekken.
But it wouldn't be possible without his Shinigami blade, a Zanpakuto. It's basically a super-powered spirit that's...
Yeah, I like... That was a filler, but I like the idea where the swords become, like... They're technically already alive here, but they actually get, like, full-on physical humanoid forms. Or something like that here. That is a good idea, actually. Why didn't they make that in a comic, in the manga?
Basically a sword. Ghost sword.
Though strangely, Ichigo's sword is composed of 2 distinct spirits, both named Zangetsu, which isn't confusing at all.
Just call him Old Man Zangetsu and Hollow Zangetsu.
It makes sense when you think it's heritage.
Ichigo lots of new moves, including his trademark attack, the Sword Beam to end all sword beams.
Bankai!
Getsuga Tensho!
Getsuga Tensho is incredibly powerful, and so effective that Ichigo developed multiple variants. He can fire it as a wave, detonate it mid-attack to act as a barrier, and combine 2 at once into the even stronger Getsuga Jujisho.
To cut even the biggest hollows down to size.
Nice.
Ichigo was ridiculously strong, even from frame 1.
He could make giant shockwaves and parry spiritual light beams from a Menos Grande. And these aren't fake slower than light lasers. Guidebooks confirm they're real light, and the novels say so too.
Plus, early on, Uryu moved so fast that he left his own shadow behind.
Whoa. As Ichigo became more involved with the Soul Society, he quickly found that he wasn't good enough.
This Byakuya guy's so fast, Ichigo can't even see him. Time for a good old-fashioned training arc. Hit the music!
Training arc, yes.
Zangetsu had operated only in its base state, Shikai. So
Shikai,
Ichigo learned to release its inner power. A 10 times boost that takes most Shinigami a decade to master.
Bankai!
In Bankai, his speed skyrocketed, letting him turn the tables on douchebag Byakuya.
Yeah, like I remember when that happened. It's like Byakuya, like they all like in Souls, like because normally when a Bankai happens, sword gets bigger, a lot bigger, some way expands, powerful. Him is just it got thinner, like actual katana, black katana. So it's an insult here, but no, the compressed power, all that compressed spiritual power and everything like that. So giving him a massive burst of speed.
Even in Shikai, he blocked an attack that could destroy the whole friggin' Soul Society.
Because Ichigo's greatest gift is his potential to improve. Despite only being a teenager, he mastered swordsmanship well enough to thrash experts who had been training for centuries. He can quickly adapt to new weapons and styles mid-fight, surpassing his limits time and time again.
Like when he took on Catboy Grimmjow.
Grimmjow, yeah, he was
but as soon as he heard Orihime cheering him on, that was all he needed to smash
you mean Grimmjow, right?
Yeah. But even with that main character energy, Ichigo couldn't match Big Bad Aizen. With just a finger, Aizen stopped Ichigo's Bankai and his theme song. Rude.
Ichigo needed to tap into his unexplained hollow power. Except Hollow Zangetsu wasn't going to make it easy.
The king
myself. Zang's pretty chill, but this guy's a menace.
Still, Ichigo
I am Zangetsu
and conjured a hollow mask to expand his power. But this meant the hollow within only grew stronger.
Masked up, he can fire lasers,
I remember that.
Senses, and heal lost limbs. But piss him off enough, and he'll go full hollow. And you really don't want that.
Hollowification
that was a whole
Bankai.
Thing as well, like wow.
In a battle that shook all of Hueco Mundo,
the
world of hollows.
Full hollow Ichigo could even tear through all 3 layers of hell.
But with help from his secret Shinigami father, Ichigo continued to train for months in the Dangai, a corridor between dimensions, until he was finally ready to challenge Aizen.
Challenge is an understatement. He manhandled Aizen, shattered mountains with sheer aura, and flexed so hard he smashed out of the black coffin, which crushes space like a mini black hole.
And yet, it still wasn't enough. So by becoming Getsuga itself, Ichigo unleashed his ultimate attack, Mugetsu, defeating Aizen at the cost of all his power.
Oh, crap!
He might have saved everyone, but now it was back to Normiville.
Ichigo never truly realized until then just how much being a Shinigami meant to him. The power to protect others, his drive, his pride in himself was gone. He would give anything to get it back.
And he did, thanks to a surprise assist from Rukia.
That, of course.
Shinigami again.
With a new sword?
For a 1,000-year blood war with a final endgame
The Quincy's.
Yuhabak.
To end everything. And while other Shinigami tried their best, only Ichigo was special enough to pull it off.
His father was a Shinigami. His mother was a member of the ancient Quincy's. And possessed by a hollow.
Really?
His 2 Zanpakuto spirits, one Quincy, the other Hollow and Shinigami, made Ichigo a perfect union to break Yuhabak's plan.
Okay, I did not know that part. I knew that she was part Quincy. She was a Quincy, but the whole possessed. I mean, by a hollow. That explains a lot. That explains so much.
Finally, Ichigo understood himself, fully unifying with both Zanpakuto spirits within. With that came a new Shikai and 2 new Zanpakuto.
True Shikai. If you thought Ichigo was strong before,
all right, 2 swords.
He's the strongest Shinigami alive.
Slice through the chains of hell, block the world-destroying, casually reacted to Seros and parried, crushed, shattered. All right, so he gets 2 swords. So makes them like those 2 other high-ranking members, in the Soul Council.
They're dead, undead. yeah.
Stronger than Kenpachi, who
Kenpachi,
could split
the
the
Rocky.
Dongai in half. Stronger than Senjumaru, who shook heaven and earth across the realms.
Wow.
And strong enough to match Yuhabak, even after he absorbed the Soul King.
Juiced up with Soul King power, Yuhabak
Soul
could
King.
nuke all 3 realms. The human world, Soul Society, and Hueco Mundo.
Ooh.
Plus the Dongai and Garganta in between, which
Yep.
have a bunch of pocket dimensions sprinkled in. Hell, just the Soul King's corpse sent a shockwave across all the realms.
And it's not
Damn.
a matter of disrupting the flow of souls. Yuhabak was going to end everything through sheer power alone.
But Ichigo still wasn't done powering up.
Entering
Yep.
a new half-hollow form and merging his Getsuga Tencho with a mighty hollow attack,
Oh.
the Gran Ray Sero.
Making a giant
Grand
crescent
Ray-
slice that ripped
Crescent-
through space itself.
Crescent Blade,
All
Crescent
that
Wave.
power culminating in his true Bankai. A power so great,
Bon-
even Yuhabak was scared of it.
Joke's on you! Ichigo didn't even need it! You're done!
Ichigo was finally content. And 10 years later, he remains a Shinigami, having found the courage to stand on the edge of life and death,
Wow.
conquer his fears, and walk onward.
And have a kid. With Urame.
Most teenagers have no idea what they want to do with their life. However, that was hardly a problem for juvenile delinquent Yusuke Urameshi,
Yep.
because he only ever wanted to do one thing.
Fight.
Throw hands!
Yep.
It don't matter who the ups
18.
are, be they wi-
For Detective Ramen Salesman. Don't remember that. Oh, nope. Genkai, descendant of Demon King Raiden. Yep. Fighting virtual. Yeah, he does go to Carcade. And Keiko, his girlfriend. I mean, they kissed in the very last episode, so yeah. Fights anyone, be they women, old folks, or babies. There's context. There's context in that, people. The original Shonen yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. The only individual, well, I guess there's 2 individuals that can really put him in his place is his mother and Keiko.
women, old folk, or babies, Yusuke lived to fight. It's what gave life meaning. Who cares about stupid things like friends and family?
Which is why it was so surprising when one day he
Yep.
threw himself in front of a speeding car to
Yeah, he didn't-
save
they
a
didn't-
child.
didn't see that
bringing
coming.
that reckless life to a screeching halt.
Differs from the manga, particularly in the ending, but expands upon the story. Also, we have Japanese manga over the English translation. Fair enough, fair enough. Yeah, like then they established the whole thing where Yusuke didn't have to do that here. The kid would have been fine. So his sacrifice for nothing.
Truck-kun claims another victim.
Truck-kun.
But this is chapter 1 of a battle shonen, so death is hardly the end.
Surprisingly, though, it wasn't a spooky skeleton in a hood who arrived to claim Yusuke's
No.
soul.
No.
It was a blue-haired anime girl on a
Yes.
broomstick.
This
Yes.
was Botan.
The Grim Reaper,
His job
Botan.
was to ferry
He was an
Yusuke's
ore,
new
ferry him to the
deceased
dead and
spirit
all.
off to
Like
the
a witch's broom.
afterlife.
Unfortunately, or I guess fortunately for him,
The old
he was
afterlife.
such an asshole that the underworld didn't see his selfless death coming and didn't
Yep.
have any space prepared for him. Imagine being such a menace to society that the
Wow.
second you do something nice,
Oh, yeah, I remember that when he
hell itself gets caught with his pants down.
So the underworld surrogate king, Koenma, offered Yusuke an alternative. He could return to life as an agent of the afterlife, a spirit detective, solving supernatural crimes and fighting off demonic threats to humanity.
Naturally,
and that egg
Yusuke
eventually
did
played
what
a
anyone
price.
would do in that situation, and told Satan Jr. to stuff it.
Yeah, that's
he
right.
was never really good for anything, and no
Remember
one was
that.
gonna miss him. So what's the
My mom's
point
still
of
young,
coming
yeah,
back
like-
to life? It's not like his mom would be sad, or his childhood sweetheart Keiko would be
Even
heartbroken, or
Kurara!
even his rival
Yes,
Kuwabara.
Kuwabara. I love that. Yeah, I like Kuwabara. Like, I remember that. He just, because, damn.
And manly tears.
Yes.
Oh man.
At the sight of loved ones who cared far more than he ever expected, Yusuke had a change of heart and accepted Koenma's offer, returning to life with a new purpose and a new job.
And newfound ass-kicking ability. In his quest to beat the
Oh.
dog shit out of demon kind, Yusuke learned to
I'm
harness
surprised
great
here, like, we've
spirit
had,
energy. He's ridiculously strong,
EA in a death battle,
fast, and
now we just
durable.
have
Heals from
Yusuke for the
wounds
first
quickly
time.
and can see spirits invisible to mortal men.
Even early on, Yusuke could parry Suzaku's lightning arrows.
Immense Riku, bird gun, shotgun, spirit. Oh, pardon me. Golden energy, gold energy. I mean, demon energy. So right here, healing, barrier, energy absorption, propelled flight, spirit awareness. which Kuwabara has higher spiritual awareness than he, actually. Mazuku form, he has immense demon gum, previously on channel, raising spirit. Yep. You don't know how to use your power. Let me show you. How do I still remember so many lines? And he got all those freaking like those weird tattoos, which are kind of cool, and his hair, it's like rocker hair,
which are formed from real lightning called down from the sky. And with the help of legendary warrior Genkai, he mastered a signature move that could blast anyone to smithereens.
My favorite shonen move ever.
Spirit gun.
Spirit gun. At first, Yusuke had a limited number of shots,
but
eventually he turned it into his personal WMD. Stronger than any weapon on Earth, he could go finger blasting around as much as he wants.
Yeah, I mean, eventually just one, then it became 5 shots, and eventually made shotgun.
Spirit gun is more versatile than it appears. Yusuke can bounce it off surfaces for sneak attacks, propel himself around like a rocket in flight, and produce massive explosions with each shot.
He can twist it up for a spirit shotgun,
a
mighty AoE blast, or a spirit punch, where he keeps the energy stored in his fists and clobbers the hell out of you.
That guy was a bad guy, by the way, demon.
A Kamehameha from before we uncultured Americans knew what a Kamehameha was.
Yusuke may be a punk, but he's deceptively skilled and cunning in battle.
He's
a street fighter. Street fighting. This ain't martial arts. Nah, it's called street fighting.
Using sleight of hand to place cigarettes on his foe to track them in the dark.
Personally, I'd call that smart.
Yep.
And his hand-to-hand is A+. He's matched experts like Kabano, who's said to have mastered all forms of martial combat.
But his best secret is how quickly he improves. All it takes is a round of training or someone threatening his friends, and Yusuke's power will spike to match stronger enemies.
I remember that.
It means literally burning through his own life force for a power-up.
All known demons and demon fighters are individually ranked on a scale of power from E to S.
E and D class demons are nothing special. We're talking local threats at best. C and B are getting a bit dicey in a destroy your city kind of way. A and S, well, hold on to your ass. We're talking end of the world.
As Yusuke forged bonds with new allies, like demons Hiei and Kurama, as well as his old pal Kuwabara, he found himself facing opponents he couldn't beat, such as the monstrous Toguro, who could vaporize weaker demons and crush their souls with sheer aura.
But Yusuke needed to survive and protect his loved ones. So
and his little pet was doing it too.
But to rank up, even if it meant absorbing the power of a small star. Thanks, Genkai.
Genkai, yes, exactly.
An average luminosity of.
Yeah, that was like the gift of Genkai's power that Yusuke gave to she gave to Yusuke, and wow, it was also torturing that little penguin bird thing that hatched from the egg that was given to him.
380 septillion watts, or joules per second. Small stars like red dwarfs output about 1/10,000th of that. So this spirit orb's energy per second would equal about 9 million megatons of TNT.
Enough to send Toguro to the grave.
Even after pushing past his own limits, Yusuke would still need more power to face S-class threats like Sensui,
sacred energy,
spirit detective gone bad, and a great measuring stick for what top-tier demons are capable of.
Sensui was so yoked, he couldn't even use all his power in the human world without threatening to bring down the whole thing. He compared destroying the whole goddamn planet to kicking an anthill.
According to Genkai, Yusuke could destroy the planet too, if he really wanted. And even A-class threats like King Enma have shaken both the demon and human worlds.
That Enma guy is strong as balls. In the past, he fought the Netherworld King Yakumo, who could eradicate the entire human world and remake the Netherworld.
But Yusuke's power surpassed both of them, to the point where he
overloaded
Yakumo with his own energy. And do keep in mind, Yusuke was still only A-class at the time, a far cry from S-classes like Sensui, whose sacred energy was 10 times his superior.
Yes, like typically it takes like 40, I can't remember this still. It took like 40 years to remember, but because Sensui had like multiple personalities, that it divided all up 7 years.
But not for long, sucker, because turns out Yusuke was a demon himself.
Literally. Yusuke is the descendant of an ancient and incredibly powerful being, one of the strongest in existence, Ryzen, the Demon King.
With his Bazooka mark, Yusuke can channel Ryzen's spirit for a huge power boost and a massive thirst for murder boost. This was his first taste of a dangerous new type of spirit energy.
That's a creature you have when it after it evolves.
Form of energy used by demons. Like normal Reiki, it can be amplified by intense emotions. unlike normal Reiki, its use creates a pleasurable feeling, feeding into the user's rage and bloodlust, the feral animal within.
Yep,
so Yusuke upgraded his spirit gun to a demon gun.
They can mix it up as well.
It's the same thing, but red. Oh, and it's strong enough to blast Sensui past the horizon, putting Yusuke's power firmly in S-Class.
And making him a prime candidate to rule the demon world.
They explained how exactly as well Ryzen and knocked up a medic, a doctor at the time, and yeah, that's how it happened. And the reason why, and he had to die in order to awaken those powers as well. They haven't touched that in here, but the reason why it didn't work the first time because Yusuke didn't have his spiritual powers awakened at all. But with all the training that happened after he died, that's when he easily resurrected as, Masaku.
But as he was thrust into a tournament vying for that throne, Yusuke began to wonder
Democracy
if
with
all this
fists.
power was what he really wanted.
Self-reflection?
Yep.
From I'll kick your ass, Yusuke Urameshi?
Yeah, there we go.
Don't worry about that later. There's a tournament to win. Which one of you, girl, baby, or grandparents is first?
Even then,
he won, yeah.
as Yusuke took on the Demon King Yomi in an epic final battle, he was still growing. He had become far stronger than before, even achieving a unique version of the Mozoku form separate from Ryzen's influence.
And a
Ryzen's dead.
new
He
form
died.
of power. Kinda like Sensui's sacred energy, but even better. It's so unprecedented, it doesn't even have a name, but it's golden glowy.
Yep.
Strong enough to clash with Yomi, creating an explosion that split the heavens above and decimated the Okunin tree below, pushing the Demon King himself to
winner the Dark Tournament, yes. Parried Lightning Arrow, contained a Spirit Orb, withstood Toguro Demon R, annihilated Tenkan on Plateau, yep. Overloaded, disseminated, yep. And he Rando, I think that Randos, okay, Chu, Baku, and they didn't really defeat Ryzen here. It's like, Ryzen? God damn, that guy. Because of his power, he had to, I'm not kidding people, he had to eat humans. And it's not because he enjoyed, it's not like it's more or less that he wanted, but he needed. Much like how, pandas can only eat a certain kind of leaves, stuff like that. Same thing. But after essentially making love, he swore off ever eating humans. And he did that for centuries. Like literally the entire lower spirit realm, netherworld, could hear his stomach growling. And it was always like on the clock. Like you could literally time it. And I mentioned he died of starvation. Took him this long.
to his absolute limits.
But then, Yusuke lost.
Yeah, he lost.
Not all bad, though. Even if being king would have been cool,
Yeah.
Yusuke realized he wanted something more. He'd
That's his
grown up and chose to
ancestors,
walk a
yep,
new
brave.
path.
It was always Yusuke's connections with others that motivated him above all else. And it was in those
There we
connections
go,
that he
yes.
found his happy ending.
I wouldn't piss him off if you can avoid it.
Yeah.
Get him in the right mood or threaten the human world, and the spirit detective will beat your stupid ass.
Yeah, he would. Okay, I don't know.
Long has its return been foretold, but now, finally, it is reborn.
The original Death Battle shirt that once dominated the world. Hell
Really?
yeah, there's no better way to wear a blood spatter on your chest.
We've restored the original shirt with even better materials, and
Cool.
it's available now on deathbattle.gg. That's our website that's also kind of like a Patreon.
There's a bunch of other merch there, like this awesome Mecha Goose hoodie.
Mecha
Don't let
Goose!
the gooses get it.
Website members can also see the entire Death Battle archive, including episodes that were banned from YouTube.
Oh,
And
yes,
even more
yes.
behind-the-scenes goodies. Like, did you know our research team wrote up a massive blog all about the science of Ash versus Yugi?
What? Okay, I kind of want to read that. The geek in me wants to read that.
Wait, I lied. They wrote up two.
They wrote
Click the
two.
link
Okay,
below
yeah, it
to
makes sense.
support the show, look behind the scenes, and get cool merch at deathbattle.gg. All right, the combatants are set, and we've run the data through all possibilities.
It's time for
For
a
Death
battle!
Now, this is tough. Thinking. I mean, Yusuke was impressive. Okay, they kind of failed to mention just how deep the demon realm is in Yu Yu Hakusho. Like, it's... best example I can give you is, think of like the rings of in Hell of a Boss and Hazbin Hotel. You know, pride, wrath, gluttony, so forth, lust, whatever. Those just stacked up each other. It's like that. It's like that. It's like lanterns stacked up each other, and but goes much further down than just 7 rings. Like the deeper you go, the more powerful demons there are, and the spirit society that technically Yusuke's employers, they only control half of the very top of the realm. Could Ichigo, like, I mean, with all the power, infinite realm, maybe. Yusuke control the world. I mean, Ichigo, with his power, can clearly take out all like human, the spirit, Weko Mundo, and the in-between dimensions of infinity. It's like, tough choice. But I really want to say Yusuke, but that's mostly nostalgia talking, and I have more like memories with Yu Yu Hakusho, just as I do with Rurouni Kenshin and such. But I feel like it's gonna be Ichigo who takes this. All right, that's I'm gonna go with Ichigo. Ichigo. I hope I lose. I hope I'm wrong.
That's a demon.
That's a hollow.
No doubt about it!
Oh! Japanese, okay. Okay, so misunderstandings happen, huh? A demon is a hollow. Ooh. Oh! Shot with that? Oh, very punch. I think I'll do like shotgun point blank. Reflective? Oh! Oh, right in the dick! Oh, yeah, what the? Where'd you come from? Okay, that doesn't... Why is this here? Demon energy? That's...
Chump change.
That was... I mean, that don't need a distraction.
What a baby! Little demon energy got you scared?
Nah.
Oh. Yep, there we go. Super fast. I'm like... Oh. I'm sure. Oh,
Do it once? Damn, why didn't I think of that?
Because you're stupid. You're gonna make you stupid. 4 times.
Give in to me, Yusuke. Let's devour him together.
He's dead.
Hell no! This is my fight, jackass!
Yep.
You just hold me back!
Yeah. Ooh, okay, that's better. More money went to that scene right there. Oh boy, well destroyed.
Yeesh, rude awakening. This one's a piece of work. Need a hand, partner?
Let's do it. Like old times.
On cut!
That's right. He does work together with his youth. So he's technically 2-to-1 here.
Is that the best you can do?
Yusuke
I can go even faster.
Not exactly a team player sometimes. Hell yeah. Okay, they changed it up here.
I'll kill you even if it kills me!
Put
it all on the line! You better do the same!
Do it all, my God! Come on!
Screw that!
Screw that! Whoa! Crescent wave! Crescent blade! Crescent wave! All right! I see that! I can't help but think that! Is he gonna do it? Oh! He did! Oh!
Give me a freaking break.
See you on the other side.
Huh. Yep. I won. I hate when when winning feels like I lost. That's why I said it. I hate when winning feels like losing. Like, what the hell? What should make me feel be like, yes! No, don't you guys hate that? You want something, be it a boss, a bed, something like that, and no, I felt like I lost.
Oh, you think the afterlife offers frequent flyer miles?
There's a lot to cover here, so let's break this down into 4 chapters, starting with their abilities.
Yusuke could see Ichigo no problem.
Of course.
And resist auras like Taguro's that are similar to Reiatsu. So Ichigo
that's
couldn't
true.
cheese a win right away.
Otherwise, Yusuke was outmatched. Sure, the Spirit Gun could potentially match the Getsuga Tensho, and he had stat-boosting forms like the Mizoku. Ichigo, however, had more varied powers, a better healing factor, greater stamina given his months of Dangai training.
That is
all
true.
those swords. He just
Sword,
had
yeah.
way more abilities to play with.
Likewise, speed was a fairly easy call. Yusuke could react to lightning early on, and obviously got much faster over time. Looking at this blast from his clash with Yomi, it erupted upwards at 57% the speed of light.
But Ichigo was faster than light from the start, and he's gotten faster too. He couldn't even see Byakuya at first, but blitzed him in the rematch. Plus, he's got tons of training and power-ups since then.
The Soul King Shockwave, for example, expanded across the realms at thousands of times light speed, and Ichigo reacted to attacks from Soul King Yuhabak that utilized the same power. So, Ichigo takes speed. But Yusuke's fought plenty of foes faster and more varied than him, so it's extremely important to examine their tactics and ability to adapt mid-fight.
Even then,
kind of both their things.
Yeah.
Ichigo has styled on guys with centuries of training and has over a decade of experience as a Shinigami.
That's true.
He's pretty good at figuring out new weapons and styles.
Meanwhile, Yusuke was flexible and quick to adapt, mixing cleverness with exceptional hand-to-hand.
Yeah,
He's
I mean,
good enough to
just
match
looking at the
Kibano,
ball,
who mastered
like,
every martial
by the
art.
apple.
Ichigo's decent at hand-to-hand, but it's not his go-to in the same way.
So,
Friend
both
Tucker-
had their strong suits, with advantages on each side. It's fair to call this one a draw.
Leaving
yeah.
only the biggest winning factor, which could have superseded all other
Power?
advantages. Power.
Between Sensui, Genkai, and Enma, Yusuke could definitely destroy the planet, examining his sky-splitting clash with Yomi and measuring
But
its scale.
Ichigo
That's
can
about
destroy
4
the
quadrillion
world,
megatons
2
of
other
TNT,
worlds,
which is
and
crazy.
everything in
Similarly,
between.
Mid-series Ichigo could shake Huecomundo, tear through hell, and block attacks that could destroy the Soul Society. But at his peak, he beat Yuhabak, who could destroy several realms, which is far more impressive than just one.
To be fair, Yusuke also beat Yakumo, who could threaten 2 realms at the same time.
2.
Pretty close to Yuhabak's threatening 3.
And Yusuke far surpassed Yakumo afterward. The gap between him and Sensui alone was 10 times. So there could be an argument for Yusuke's power surpassing Ichigo if 3 realms was truly Ichigo's limit.
Fortunately for Ichigo, it's
dimensions
not.
in
Yuhabak
between.
was also going to destroy the Garganza,
Yep, and-
which has at least 29 pocket
Oh, you know,
dimensions
exactly.
inside it.
You said that, yeah.
Containing at least a planet and star, much larger than Yusuke's planet-sized worlds. Plus, Ichigo matched Yuhabak in True Shikai, without his additional boost from Half Hollow and True Bankai.
As always with Death Battle, there's arguments either way. But the way we see it,
But,
even
yeah,
being generous
okay.
with Yusuke's power and conservative with Ichigo's, the gap was just too big. Giving
Sorry.
Ichigo the final
Yeah,
edge.
wow, it was, damn. Just damn. It, by all right, it was a curb stump, but damn, it was a good show.
Sorry if things got messy.
Ura-messy.
That's just how Ichigo's.
The winner
I can't believe I miss his puns that badly. That bad, terrible pun that I'm laughing at him.
is Ichigo Kurosaki.
Next time.
All right, for the record, I do know the next time here. It's yeah, but I just know I haven't seen.
I'm on Death
Yes.
Battle.
Nice build-up, Metal Sonic, and Cell.
Subscribe and join as a member to see more Death Battle.
I gotta admit, this is a very interesting matchup here. Cell versus Metal Sonic. Huh. I mean, well, unfortunately, Cell can't really absorb any cells off of Metal Sonic because Metal Sonic is not a living creature. He's a robot. He's a robot, a very powerful robot here, but Metal Sonic can copy. Because Cell, even after getting blown up, he managed to acquire new cells like that to make him more powerful. And that's from when Goku transported him to King Kai's and...
Thanks for watching.
Death Battle is back, and so is our new tabletop gaming channel, Nightly Brew. We've got everything on there from Uno to Dungeons & Dragons, and a very special all-new Blood on the Clock Tower airing right now. So, come join us at the Nightly Brew.
Probably over by now here, because it's, almost 10 o'clock, damn. Overall, okay, so... I guess that explained my complaint at first with the pixel animation looking really at the beginning. All right, that's explained because they clearly saved the money for the final half. And wow, they were smart with the budget there. Music was cool and everything like that. Another example as well we saw with the difference between Yusuke and Ichigo is how Yusuke has to do this alone here. He doesn't want, like, I remember when Rise first took over, and after Yusuke got control, he was like pissed, like, I didn't beat you myself. Come on, it was me. No, get back up, fight me. But as opposed, currently with Ichigo there, he works with his other half. He doesn't like push him aside, no. So it became almost 2 versus 2v1 there. That's it. Again, Ryzen died. With his death, he no longer could... No. The only reason Ryzen took over is because he was still alive at the time here. He sensed him. He sensed when Yusuke was in there. It's like, I love as well here where... how did he... He started connecting with Ryzen because his heart started beating. Yeah, as a demon... Apparently, well, demons have hearts, and they don't beat. Until apparently Ryzen tried to link up with Yusuke, and it's like a demon heartbeat. And, whew, wow. Yeah, apparently, because I remember when Kurama and Hiei, like, laughed at that here, it's like, you get used to it. God damn. Still remember that. So, yeah, but yet the guy eventually died of starvation. They buried him as well. All his friends came to pay their respects. In fact, the guy that won the tournament, let's see if I can find it. Let me see if I can find it here.
There's a tournament to win. Which one are you, girl, baby, or grand?
Yeah, this guy. This is a guy. He was one of Ryzen's best friends. And this guy won the tournament. This guy won it all here. He became the king of the demon realm. Something that for like 4 years, like they have the whole thing where the tournament happens every like, I think, was it 3 years, 4 years? But yeah, he made that rule here. And yeah, they brought down the barrier separating the human and demon world. But no issue whatsoever. So what happened when humans stumble in, they erase their memories and throw them back out. My God, there's like there's a potential in Yu Yu Hakusho for a sequel series that I'm glad they didn't take. So yeah, guys, thank you all for watching. As always, comment all you all thought. Did you guys watch Yu Yu Hakusho like me? I mean, were you hoping Yusuke won? My God, I want to find my all those DVDs. Oh wow! So I got into some of the old theme songs as well now, because yeah. Like and subscribe for more videos. Till the next one. This is Mecha-san. logging out.